Fox News contributor Dan Hoffman was stationed in Moscow while serving as CIA station chief, and he joins us now. Dan, I want to start in a place that I think could sound irresponsible, but to me is the exact responsible place to start. What can I believe and what should I believe? I mean, ISIS claiming something is common. They have claimed a lot of terror attacks. They've committed a lot of terror attacks. Russia as well, not necessarily a reliable truth source. So what do we know and what can we trust early on in understanding this situation?
Yeah, my assessment right now is that what we saw yesterday was a mass casualty terrorist attack. I have no doubt that ISIS was responsible. And remember that ISIS-K isn't only in Afghanistan. They're in Turkmenistan and Tajikistan. They're in Iran as well. They have long-standing grievances from Central Asia against Russia. And we've seen a history of terrorist attacks in Russia. Going back to 2004, the worst school shooting in history at Beslan, the Dubrovka theater attack in 2002. The United States CIA shared intelligence with Vladimir Putin's security services in 2017 that prevented a terrorist attack in St. Petersburg. That resulted in a phone call, a thank you from Vladimir Putin to President Trump. And of course, a little over 2 weeks ago, the United States Embassy warned in Moscow, delivered a warning that there was a threat of a terrorist attack and that avoid large gatherings. And so I have no doubt that the U.S. intelligence community shared that intelligence with their Russian counterparts. It's called a duty to warn. I did it all the time. It's that little shaded space of the Venn diagram on counterterrorism where we all work together. But make no mistake, this was an intelligence failure. And tragically, too many citizens in Russia have paid the price for it.
All right, so your analysis is we can trust initial reports, ISIS, and of course history would lead us towards that direction as well, as you point out that Beslan attack. Russia and ISIS, why Russia a target for ISIS?
Well, Russia's long been a target of ISIS. Again, these are long-standing grievances. Vladimir Putin has fought multiple wars in Dagestan and Ingushetia and Chechnya. Remember, major war there as well. There was a suicide attack on the Russian embassy in Kabul back in September of 2022. Look, it's the one thing, it's going to sound perhaps strange to folks who are watching today, but one thing that binds us all together is that we're in the crosshairs of terrorists. And it's Russians and Chinese who were attacked in Pakistan by terrorists, obviously the United States. The Russians and Chinese have tried to make deals with the Houthis to avoid being attacked in the Red Sea, but you just can't escape it. It's an area in which we all have to work together, even though our bilateral relationships are suffering.
Really quickly, Dan, if the initial reports are true that they already have 11 suspects in custody, how would Russia deal with something like this? How would they deal with those suspects?
Well, they've got to go out there and uncover the network. Yes, 11 suspects. A couple of them were detained 200 miles away in Bryansk. So there's always logistics. You know, somebody had to give them the money, the guns. There was reconnaissance of that facility of the mall, the Crocus Mall. Was there an insider there who tipped off the terrorists and gave them information that might have helped them launch the attack? That's another thing that the Russians have to do. They are in incident response right now, and there's a lot of forensics that they need to do to prevent a follow-on attack.
All right. Dan Hoffman, thanks so much for being with us this morning on this horrible incident in Moscow.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.